Welcome to the MMHP in the 989, channeling all styles and eras of Michigan music history. Recorded live inside the Rock Legends Hall of Fame in Bay City, Michigan. Featuring Dr. J, Sir Fred, Mr. Mike, and your host, Scott Baker.
All right, well, our special guest tonight is Butch Burden. So many of you might remember him as the lead singer of Count and the Colony, and for many years, the lead singer with Count and the Change. So welcome, Butch, to the Michigan Music History Podcast.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Glad to be here.
All right, we're going to go back into the past here. I know the Count and the Colony is from Saginaw. Were you born in Saginaw?
Yep. South side of Saginaw.
Okay. At what age did you start singing, performing for others?
17.
Okay.
Yeah, 17.
Now, this would have been in a band, but did you do any singing before, like in choir or anything?
Oh, yeah,
like that?
I was in the Glee Club. I went to St. Joseph's Catholic School, and I was in the choir.
Oh, St. Joseph Catholic School.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember St. Joseph very well. I graduated from St. Joseph in Bay City.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, 17 years old is when you started Count and the Colony. What inspired you to start a band?
Well, I loved to entertain. I mean, I loved, and I went to Catholic school all my life, but all my friends were Weber, Saginaw High, because, you know, I traveled completely across the other side of town to go to St. Joe's. And I met up with, well, my cousin knew Dick Brown and Fred Bingham. And he introduced me to him. He said, hey, you want to go over and listen to this band playing in the basement over on Fulton? And I said, yeah, I'll go with you. So I went over, and he took me over, introduced me to him, and I think it was Fred Bingham, Dick Brown, Jeff Hall, Dan Wozniak, and Larry Wozniak, who was with TV5 for years.
Okay.
How old were you?
I was 17.
17. Okay.
Yep.
Now, these guys, this was already a band.
Yeah,
at
it
this
was already
point.
a band, but they really didn't have a singer. I mean, there were one or two of them were singing, but no, they said, you want to do a couple songs with us? So we did. I think we did Louie, if I remember right, and I think that was Louie. I can't think of the other
Well,
one.
that was the standard, right?
Oh, yeah, that was the
For
standard.
bands back then, you had to play that
Yeah,
song.
yep.
So was this Jeff Hall, the sax
Jeff Hall,
player?
a sax player, yeah. Jeff was in with us on and off, even after Count and the Colony broke up. Jeff was with us even in Amphigas.
I went to school with him.
Yeah,
Now, Larry Wheatley
Wheatley was.
gets into this
Yep.
pretty soon, right?
Yeah, what happened was we started putting it out that we were looking for a guitar player and a bass player. I didn't play anything then. And all of a sudden they came to one of the practices, and it was Larry. And Larry, I think Larry was 15 then. He might have just been 15. And he came from MacArthur, Douglas MacArthur. Don Hales came from Arthur Hill. And I think Don was 16. And they sat in, and we did a couple of songs, and I sang, and
So now it becomes really a new band,
it becomes
right?
a new band.
And in an interview I read with Larry Wheatley, he said that the band was originally going to be called The Colony.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, just The
and
Colony.
he kind of had a story about how it became Count and the Colony. Maybe you could kind of share that story.
I might have to hear that story.
Well, he claimed that the band was, it was looking for uniforms. That was pretty standard. And they were kind of going for something along the lines of Paul Revere and the Raiders. And he said in his interview that they went to, I guess you guys went to a costume shop.
In Detroit.
In Detroit.
Yep.
And they had something that everybody liked, but there was only 4 of them.
Yep.
And so they found another thing that was kind of sparkly and
Yeah.
made you look like royalty. And am I getting
Yeah,
this story right?
Yeah, Larry's on it. Yeah,
Okay.
Larry's on it. They seen a jacket. It was like a 3/4 and it flared away, and it was a Count looking jacket. I mean, it was embroidered all the way around and lace, and it was in Detroit, and it was a costume place in Detroit. And so, yeah, it was a jacket. So he said, "Wow, you look like a Count." So, yeah.
That's how that started.
Of course, the ascots and the ruffled shirts, the tuxedo, the ones that the
Is
tuxedo
this a picture
shirts.
of him?
Yep, that's the jacket right
That's
there.
right. That's that
Yes,
famous
that's it
promo
right there.
picture.
Yeah, we love Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Well, who didn't back
Yeah,
in those days? I
exactly.
mean, hit after hit.
Yeah.
What year is that?
Ooh.
Well, that's
That's
probably
what I'm bad at.
66, maybe.
66. I think
Okay.
the
Yeah.
first show we did, I know the first show that we did was Saginaw High's. What did they call them then? Where the students all come to the gym.
Assembly.
Assembly. We did an assembly, and we did. I think we did one of James Brown's songs.
Were you
that's where I
just
started dancing.
singing?
Yeah, singing and dancing and splits and
Really?
oh yeah.
Who did you want? Like you
I
based
was
your
basically the movement that I did was basically James Brown,
James Brown. Okay.
just like he moved, just pretty much.
Huh. Okay.
And
Wow.
they loved us and they were assembling, so we just kept practicing. you know.
Okay, where did you practice?
Fred Bingham's basement on Fulton.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm assuming his parents were pretty
His mother.
supportive, right?
Yeah, his mother.
Okay,
Yeah, his
very
mother.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. We made a lot of racket in that neighborhood.
Sure. So, besides the assembly, then did you start moving into the teen clubs because that was right at the, you know, the
Yeah, we practiced also in my mother and dad's garage at the dead end of Grant Street on the south side.
okay.
That's where when the neighbors started complaining on Fulton, we went to the dead end street Salina schools next door to us, so we didn't disturb too many people.
All right, you got your true garage band
Mm-hmm.
credentials there by practicing in a garage. So, what were the teen clubs you played in 1966? I mean, I know I've got some of the old advertisements that I pulled out of the newspaper, and I know you guys really played a lot at the Blue Light in Midland in
Blue Light in
1967. My gosh.
Blue Blazer,
Okay, and I know you played at Van Canyon.
Van Canyon, Daniel's Den.
Did you play with any nationals while you were doing this?
At Daniel's Den, we did.
Who?
I think Sonny and Cher were there.
You were at that show, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
you-
we were at that show.
Did
Nice.
you open for him?
I know. All I know is there was more than our band.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was more than our band playing, and
That name comes up a lot, and I was always
Yeah.
curious who all was on the bill. 'cause
yeah,
it's-
and we started playing quite a bit. Van Canyon, the Blue Light, or the Blue Blazer, and Carol, the Red Blazer and Bad Axe, Ted LaFave. We played in Houghton Lake. We played Alpena Armory. We played Rose City a lot. We were like the house band in Rose City
Wow.
at the old log city hall or hall, Bay City, or their hall where they would hold different events had burnt down.
Did you ever play Rollaire?
Yeah, we played Bay City Roller too. I forgot about that.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you have any particular memories about any of these places? Any one of them stand out as being really more fun, let's say, than others to play at?
Oh, I think that's a good question. I don't know. I think we got an old Chevy step van, and I don't know if anybody's got any pictures of that. It was I painted it orange, and we did Count the Colony on the side of it in Old English writing.
Wow.
That's cool.
We put bunks in there, or beds, and we won't go any more than that. We put a space heater in there with propane, and that's what we drove that. We hopped on that and went to all of the jobs.
Oh my gosh!
Yep.
So who was the driver on this?
Most of the time I
party
drove.
bus?
Most of the
Okay.
time I drove. Yeah, most of the time I drove. But it was. I don't know. I like the band Canyon because they built it strictly for teens.
I know it. That's what made it unique.
It was the only thing that was like that. It was very
Right.
unique. They
Exactly.
built that brand new, and it was nice to play at.
I went in there. I know Dave Pruden, who was a friend of Larry Rosebush, and after Rosebush moved out and moved his business to northern Michigan, Dave had the keys, and so I was able to go in there and take a look at it. And basically everything was pretty much the same, the sunken floor, and you could see where they had the stage for the bands to play.
Yep.
And the rooms were still there, the gossip room and the game room and all that kind of thing. The only thing that was no longer there was the ticket booth. That was gone. But otherwise, the building
It
is
looked the
pretty
same.
much the same.
Yeah, I think I got in there once too. I just the curiosity, and I think they let me walk in there.
Yeah, and again, we were talking when we were in the Hall of Fame, and again, I don't know what's going to happen to that building. Somebody's bought it,
Yeah, there's
whether they're going to
weeds.
just tear it
It's all
down
grown
or,
up.
who knows? But it for something that was built back in 1965, that building still looked in pretty good shape
Yeah,
when I was
I'll
in
bet.
there.
I'll bet.
So.
It's hard to see from the road now because
Well,
of
right,
the weeds.
yeah, because it's down,
Right.
off the road.
Right.
But again, I'll bet, Bay City will not put up a sign or anything
no.
like that. And that was
Yeah.
really, an important place for a
it was
number of years in
beautiful
Bay
back
City.
then.
Yeah. it was
Teen
really
nightclubs everywhere.
Yeah.
Teens had a place to go.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
they have nowhere to go.
That's right. It's,
They have
we
nowhere to
lived
go.
at a very good
And
time.
a lot of bands had a place to play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We didn't make any money.
of course. All the money went to
What
the
did I
owners of
say?
the
We
teen
played-
clubs.
Where was that? We played, was it one of Ted LaFave's places? And we'd stop in West Standish and get a hamburger and a bowl of chili. And I think we made $50. The band made $50 that night.
Yeah.
So we'd spend it on breakfast coming back through from up north.
Yeah, Ted took a few of my classes when I taught rock and roll classes out at SVSU, and he's pretty an interesting guy.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, for
he
sure.
was.
Well, you had a good thing going there, with those dances out in the Thumb.
Yeah.
So, how did you hook up with Lilly Gonzales to be your manager?
What happened? I think it was Bob Dell or not Bob Dell. It was Bob Dyer, or what was the other one's name from KNX?
Dick Fabian?
Fabian. We wound up having 4 managers. Count Colony did. We had Bob, we had Fabian, we had who was the other one? I can't think of his name.
Well, I didn't realize that Fabian and Dyer got into the management.
Yeah, well,
End of it.
they used to. They were the reason he was DJing at Sebring Sportsman's Club. That was another spot. You remember that one?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what that was called. Was it?
It was
the
called the Sebring
Sugar
Sport-
Shack? Oh, okay,
It
that
was
wasn't-
called
all
Sebring
right.
Sportsman's Club when we played there. And it was Bob was the DJ or the host, and he got hooked up with us. And the only thing I can think of, I had somebody ask me that question: how Lilly got into it. Lilly came and seen us. Oh, I know what happened. I'm going way ahead of myself. We back in that day battled the bands. That was the thing. The bars would get 5 or 6 bands to play. They only had to pay 1 band. So you know the old bar owner trick.
Yeah,
Come
there
on.
you go.
Yeah, they'd get 5 or 6 bands, the Paupers, it was Caravans. We would go against them, and we would win a lot. Count Colony would win the Battle of the Bands quite a bit, not blowing my own horn, but it's the truth. We wound up getting into the battle. Somebody got us into the Battle of the Bands, and I think it might have been Bob Dar got us in the Battle of the Bands in Detroit.
Oh, now this is
Did
the
you
Michigan
remember
State,
that?
the big
We
one.
won that.
Yeah,
we beat like 50 bands out, and the band that won got the. But you know what? We were already signed with Lilly then, so Lilly has to come into the picture here before that. We beat all the bands, and that was like a $50,000 recording contract came with it, and we got to warm up for Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Wow.
So we were backstage with Diana Ross and the Supremes, and we got to, we were just young kids.
Did you show her your
Yeah.
van?
Huh?
Did you show her your van?
Yeah. yeah.
Probably wanted to show him the bunks.
Yeah, don't fill the bunks. Yeah.
There's an autograph
Yeah.
in there somewhere.
So anyway, we won the Michigan State Battle of the Bands, and Lilly had already had us by then, I think, because our parents had to go with us. She would do coffee clutches like at her house. That's when she lived on Michigan, and our parents would have to go with us. My mom went, Larry's mom, Dad went, Don's mother went, Fred's mother went, and Dick's dad went, and she swooned the parents. I'm gonna make them, I have Question Mark and the Mysterians too, and I'm gonna make them stars, and but they're gonna do it right, the right way, the old spiel. Anyway,
Well,
the
she
parents
had-
went for
yeah.
it. The parents had to sign the contracts for us. So
Yeah, well,
that's
having
when-
Question Mark and Mysterians in the
Same
number
thing.
one song, that's a pretty good selling point.
Yeah.
Did you know the Mysterians
Yeah.
before you signed with
Yeah,
Lilly?
I knew Frank Lugo. Yeah, I knew Frankie, and I can't even remember how we all got together, so I met everybody. But Lilly decided that she was going to put a tour together, and that was 96 Tears was already out.
Right.
7.5 million seller, whatever it was.
So did Lilly bring you over to Art Shield's studio on Raymond Street? Because that, she had
You
set
took-
up that recording for
No.
the Mysterians.
No, I think she did. I think she did, because that's the one in Bay City that you just
Right.
showed me. Yeah,
Mhm.
where Question Mark recorded. Yeah. I think she did bring.
But you ended up, this was where you would have done Can't You See, right? That was your first record?
Yeah, but I don't think that's where. Yeah,
Says here at United Sound.
that's where
in
we
Detroit.
recorded in Detroit.
Yeah, I
Can't you see?
just wanted to
Yeah.
ask you about, why you didn't release anything that was
I
done
think
with
we
Shield.
just went in to record. I think we were just. And I don't remember it, but I think we had a bunch of songs at that time.
So you just
Dick
like
Brown.
maybe doing
And
demos?
I like demos. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And they used to call them mother tapes or whatever.
Question Mark was just telling me on the phone the other day that they were mainly trying to record in Detroit, but they'd use Art as a demo in between. And that's how that all ended up. But he had a
How
lot-
it ended up there instead of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they took us to United Sound. It was a pretty nice studio.
Huh.
That's where we did it.
We went there last
Yeah.
December, drove by there.
Oh,
It's all on like a highway going through it now.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So that must have been a pretty big thrill for a bunch of young guys to go to United
Wow.
Sound.
oh yeah. We thought we were on our way. I mean, we did. We thought, and so did our parents. I mean, she had our parents.
Now that came out on Pagogo, though, right?
Yeah.
Did she try to put a deal together to get like Cameo Parkway to pick you guys up? I mean, that was the key to 96 Tears.
She had something to do with SS Shelby Singleton, SS International.
Okay, yeah.
She had something to do with him, and that's how we wound up with doing one of Wagner's songs, which turned out to be he kind of copied the music.
Yeah, it was a pretty good song, but
It was a good. Say what you think.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me
It was
of
Rockin'
Rockin' Pneumonia.
Rockin' Pneumonia,
Boogie
Boogie Woogie Boogie. Oh,
Yeah, sort of like Dick.
Dick, that's a Dick. What are you doing,
Yeah,
Wagner?
there's a
Yeah.
term when you kind of borrow
Yeah,
heavily.
yeah, there is a
It's
term.
called writing sideways. and
yeah,
he
exactly.
did that with that song.
exactly.
But still,
Yeah.
it was a good song.
It was a
though.
good song.
I mean,
he
it
wrote the
sounded
words
great.
and everything for
Yeah.
us. We did that in Cleveland.
Now, I
Really?
saw on one of the 45s that they gave Lilly Gonzales producer credit. I can't imagine that she had anything to do with producing.
She didn't.
Yeah,
They
that
gave her the
Dick
credit.
Wagner would have. I mean,
Yeah.
he was in charge.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Totally.
I'll say what you think he was.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But when we did Can't You See, that was Bagogo. She had her own engineers, and that was we redid it in Texas.
Oh, okay. That would have been a studio in San Antonio where Pagogo's headquarters were?
I don't think it was in San Antonio. I think it was in, man, we spent a month there. Anyway, she was in partners with a guy by the name of Paulina Bernal, and he had a ton of Tejano bands, and it was a beautiful studio. It was a nice studio.
Yeah, Bobby Balderrama claimed, well, that's where the Pagogo name comes.
Yes.
The Pa is from Paulino.
Paulino.
And then the Go-Go is at the Gonzaleses.
That's it. That's it. Yep.
Bobby claimed that some of the Tejano musicians recorded with Shield, because they used to play all the time at the GI Forum in Saginaw.
Yeah.
They have those dances.
Yeah, there was some big
big time people bring them up
bands.
here.
Yeah.
But when Shield sold a studio, I don't know any records of who he recorded and what was recorded.
Yeah.
Have never been found.
Right.
Sadly.
Yeah.
I was trying to get the state of Michigan to make it an historic landmark, but there was no written records of anything. It was just like it was an oral history of people could remember what was going on there. That's too bad.
Yeah.
You were just talking about Texas and Cleveland recording.
Yep.
Was there TV shows involved during those time periods? 'Cause I know a lot of bands went to those areas and they would record TV specials
We
or
did
interviews.
a TV show, but I don't remember. I remember going into the television studio, but I don't remember where it was. I think it was in San Antonio,
Okay.
but I don't remember much about it.
Do you remember? Did you guys have gigs to pay along the way, or?
Oh, you mean when we went there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had us booked. We had a road manager.
Okay. Good.
Andy Garcia was our road manager, and my mom bought our band a new Chevrolet van, 68 Chevy.
Wow.
And Question Mark and them had a 68 or 67 Chevy, and we both pulled U-Hauls.
Okay.
So you went down there with the Mysterians?
We went down. We left. There's a picture of us. I don't know if you got that. It shows us. Is that in here?
We can get them out later.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd
It's
be
a
a good
picture
one.
of us that Deb and Joe did before we were getting ready to go. She came to my house.
Oh, wow.
They came to my house, and we were in the driveway, and it's a picture of all of us. Frankie Rodriguez is up on top of the van, and Bobby Balderrama, Eddie Serrato, Lugo. It's in here, and we're being goofy, and Deb and Joe shot it and did a nice big article in Saginaw News on it. And that's when we took off, and that was 67.
Yeah, I really tried to get.
You need to hang that in here.
Yeah, I tried to get Deb and Joe to do a book, on their experiences.
They loved us, and they were awesome girls.
Yeah, they really
know.
were. Yeah, and after Deb passed away, Joe didn't want to do it. She would have done it if Deb was.
I talked to her.
been
I
there,
talked to Joe. Joe told Joe, and I don't remember where it was. I think it might have been Tawas. We were playing at the Bikinis, the bar.
Okay.
And I think she came in because she's living up north now.
Right.
Yeah, and I think she came in and she introduced herself to me, and I didn't know.
Well, yeah.
I didn't know.
Didn't look the same.
Yeah.
She did back in 1967 or 68.
So anyway, they did that picture of us, and then the next day, we hit the highway.
Okay.
And she pretty much had us booked. I think we went directly to Texas first, and then they worked us back. I think we did Corpus Christi, we did McAllen. That's where the studio is.
Okay.
That's where Paulina Bernal's studio is, in McAllen, Texas.
Did you have radio interviews along the way too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think this is the same story Bobby was just recently telling me about.
We
too.
had a lot of radio interviews. Yeah, and then we were in, like I said, we were in the hotel. Remember the hotel Casa de Palmas, downtown McAllen. We lived in there and then went out. Brownsville, Corpus Christi, San Antonio. We went to San Antonio, the big civic center, and that was the one. I'll never forget because that was the best one.
Yeah, that must have been
Center,
pretty exciting because
Yeah.
Question Mark The Mysterians
Oh, yeah.
were really big.
Oh
at that
yeah, they
time.
were huge.
Yeah.
It was the girls and rushing the stage.
Wow.
State police in the front of the stage. Oh yeah, that was a pretty good feeling for a 17, 18-year-old kid. Yeah.
Did you guys run into any trouble on that tour anywhere?
Yeah. Well, we ran into trouble because they gave us booze and beer and the road manager and girls. And
Yeah, I wondered if you guys. I hear Bobby or Q telling me about the cops pulling them.
Did Bobby tell you about we got kicked right out of Las Cruces, New Mexico? The cops followed us to the border.
Wow.
And what was the reason for that?
Because we got in trouble the night before. Because of girls underage, drinking underage.
Wow.
So,
Welcome to Texas.
yep. Welcome to Texas.
Hello from Michigan.
Now, were you guys still wearing your?
Still
you
wearing
had
them.
the outfits
Still
and
wearing
everything.
them. And actually, I had like 2 or 3 different coats. Don's mother was like a seamstress.
Oh, okay.
So she made me one white, and I had one. That one theirs is a kind of pink.
That is cool.
And she made me a white one and another one. She was a seamstress.
You don't have one of those laying around, do you? Do you really?
Yeah, I still got the coat.
Gary, there you go. Hall of Fame.
Okay, there we go.
You want?
We're always looking for Hall of Fame stuff.
Okay, let's get it out. Let's get it out and then put it on the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, we've got that
It's a little
display.
tattered. Little
that's-
tattered.
Wow.
Well, it's about
Spilled
60
a lot of
years
beer on
old.
it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Now, did you remember some of the other Michigan bands that you shared a stage with
Yeah, it was on.
besides the Mysterians?
Oh yeah, I played with them all, buddy. I mean,
Yeah.
Mark Farner when he was and
The Pack
I knew
and
Terry Knight.
Terry
yeah.
Knight, the
Boss
Pack.
Man.
We used to play with them at Sherwood Forest. That's where all the big. That was a big and Mount Holly.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they all came. Bob Seeger, we played Bass Lake with Bob.
Yeah.
Bob came to Hidden Hollow when I was in Amphigas.
Yeah.
I was in Amphigas, and that's what I always liked about it. I talked to him. I talked to him about it, and he always said, once you go into the bars and you start getting that money Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or what, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Once you start getting that money, your writing and everything kind of, because you're starting to cover. And he would never do that. He would just only time he would play a bar was on a Sunday. And he came to Hidden Hollow. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I was
Me
there.
and Bobby-
That's the last time
We
I
had to
seen
flip.
him.
We flipped coins to get odd man out to see who's going to go turn the PA on for him.
You and Bobby
That's a
Balderrama?
true- Me and Bobby get a guest.
Oh, get a guest
Yeah,
okay.
Amphigas.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. So other than that, Mark,
SRC?
Craig Frost played with
yeah.
Amphigas for 3 months at Contos.
Really?
Yeah, because Dick Brown got off. At Hidden Hollow, Dick Brown got into acid, and he didn't realize it. And he took 2 hits, and he wound up really doing, Jesus, and God, and all that. And he couldn't go into the bar because of alcohol, and so we wound up without a keyboard player, which was our strength. I mean, the Hammond B3 and
Yeah.
Leslie's, and so we were playing at Connos. We were the house band at Connos, and then Craig Frost filled in with us for a month and a half, 2 months.
Wow.
That's an awesome story.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's
No,
Amphigas.
when-
I'm jumping. So
Yeah, but I was going to say, how did give us the bridge there from Counting the Colony?
Counting the Colony. What happened was the job started to kind of. Oh, I know what happened. That Lilly wasn't sending any money home to the parents like she said she was going to do. That's what happened.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about
just thought of that. She wasn't. We were always taken care of. We were Holiday Inns or Ramadas, and we bring me a steak up to room so and so. We double up on the rooms because we didn't want to be by ourselves anyway. And whatever we wanted, we had, but we never saw any money. She was supposed to be sending money home. So what happened was Larry's mother and dad, I think, started it, and then they got Don Hales and his mom and dad said, come home now. Come home now. So we were supposed to go on the Hawaiian tour with Question Mark. We were going on that tour with them, with 96 Tears, and
got plug pulled.
You get your asses home now.
Whoa.
Well, that seemed to be an issue with the Mysterians too, with Lilly.
Yeah.
And I think
Oh yeah, 7.5 million seller.
Yeah.
Bobby, I'm sitting over at Eddie Serrato's house when he lived in the apartment on Perkins and 19th, and I'm sitting up there. We're partying up there, and his brand new Buick Riviera is sitting in the driveway. Him and Q went down to Garber's and bought 2 brand new Buick Rivieras. And there's a wrecker hooking up to Eddie's wrecker, throw it away because there's repo.
Oh, Bobby just told me them stories that
I'm looking
all
out
this
the
stuff's
window and
getting taken away.
watch that brand new Riv go away.
Wow.
Yeah, they got beat. We got beat out a lot of money too because we were selling. We did a lot. They made a lot of money, and we never saw a nickel, other than we were having a ball.
Just
kids,
on the road.
Kids having a ball, man.
Yeah.
Away from home. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, the Mysterians seem to have got kind of derailed with the glue sniffing bust.
Yeah. The Q.
Yeah.
They were doing smoke back then too, because we were in McAllen, Texas.
Well,
they were wetting towels and sticking them under the door. That's my first experience, because I'm not saying I was a Catholic boy. I didn't drink till I was like 7, till I got in that band. I didn't mess with alcohol. I didn't even know what marijuana was. What the hell?
Yeah.
Well,
everybody started to experiment around that.
Yeah, they were. They were smoking the hell out of it. I'll tell you that. So they made us come back. We had to come back. Two parents said the guitar player and the bass player is gone. So we on our way back. You're on your own now.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't pay for us to come back. So we called. What was the agency? I think they were out of. It was a big one out of Chicago. He started booking us as we were coming back. We played Alabama during the riots.
Whoa.
Wallace was still in there. A place called Diamond Gems, and we played a place outside of Birmingham. It was Talladega, and we had no food, and it had a kitchen, and they knew that we had nothing to eat, so we were going out in the farm field, taking corn out of the farm field and taking it, and they cooked it for us in the kitchen, so we had corn on the cob.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fun.
Wow.
It was fun. But we got back, and once we got back, we didn't have it Count the Colony anymore. So, but the 3 of us still stuck together: Fred, drums; Bingham; Dick Brown, keyboards; and me. We stuck together and started practicing again.
And this is what led to Amphigas.
That's what led to Amphigas.
Okay.
Amphigas was together 23 years.
How did your parents take it, since your
My
parents...
mom was always, my mother,
Chill?
man. My dad was the tough one.
Yeah.
I asked him for $10. He was blind. He had the money lined up in his wallet just right. He would. I said, Dad, you're going to take the ink off of it. Just,
You didn't want...
my dad was, tight, bark on a tree. Yeah. But my mom did everything for me. My mother was,
Oh, that's cool. Let
she
you
did
chill.
everything.
You got home and she's like, it is what it is. Go put another band get together.
Is what it is. And Uncle screaming at me, you got to get into God's manufacturing. You're never going to be nothing.
Oh, gee, so you did have one of them.
You got to get into God's manufacturing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're never going to do anything. You better get in there. Nah, I couldn't do it. I tried. Wasn't for me.
Wow. How long was that tour and that time out? Was it like a month? Or?
It probably was maybe 2 months.
2 months, okay.
Maybe 2 months. Wasn't very long.
So it was a rock and roll fantasy legit.
Yeah, it was. That's exactly what it was. It just,
Boom.
and we had a ball. They took us to Mexico, Reynosa. I mean,
Wow.
yeah.
So did your parents know about the trouble you got into with the
Nope.
drink? Okay.
No,
Unlike the Mysterians,
Yeah.
where that was in the news.
it was in the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did, do you know how Question Mark kind of got out of that? Did they dismiss the charges or something? against
Yeah, I
them?
think they did. I think they got them. They pled down.
Yeah,
was
because
all split
I
down
was
to that.
wondering if there would have been an issue about maybe a search warrant.
Yeah, and so I don't know that, but all I know is we kind of laughed about it. Says, yeah, you're lucky, they
Yeah.
know your name, or they,
Mm-hmm.
little politics always
Yeah.
with somebody that's from Saginaw.
There-
that sells,
yeah, there was
sells
a-
7.5 million records.
There was
you know.
pretty good, Latino representation
Exactly.
in Saginaw government,
exactly.
too.
Exactly.
Because I know I worked at Tri-City Sayre
Yep.
in the 70s, and,
Yep.
there was a fair amount of power there.
There was a lot of
in
power there.
Saginaw.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've always wondered if they kind of
I think,
helped
but-
out there.
and they probably did.
Yeah.
And they probably did, because we kind of after we come back, we just kind of went in different directions. You know what I mean?
Right.
Question Mark finally come back, and they were together for quite a while after that.
Yeah.
We hear them playing around.
I know they went out to California.
Yep. Yep.
And, supposedly, according to Bobby, there is an album out there
Yeah.
that's
We got
never
one
been
out there
released.
too. We got an acetate out there, 33. It's got like 4 songs on it, but
This is on Ray Charles'
Yeah.
Tangerine label?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You don't have a copy
No.
yourself?
nope, seen it once.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wonder who would have your ST. I wondered about that because Bobby said something that somebody else had another record, and it
Who
must have been
owns
you guys.
Tangerine?
Well, that's a good
Probably.
question. I can't
Universal,
figure.
probably.
Yeah, I can't figure why wouldn't they want to put that out? I mean,
That would be
it's-
incredible
people
to
still
come
know
across.
Question Mark
Wow.
The Mysterians. I mean, it would seem like with all those reissue companies out there that would be kind of a hot commodity. The lost
I
album.
just think that the funny thing is, we were out there and there was so many cameras, not just, there were video cameras, the little 8 millimeters,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just, where is all of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's all of that film now?
Oh man.
Green Acres. When we played Green Acres every Saturday afternoon, there was so many kids.
Hmm.
People film that?
Gridleys. For
Oh.
Gridleys. Oh yeah, I used to see people out. I know people were filming it.
Yeah, of course it would be silent though.
It would be silent.
Yeah,
it would have been silent.
8
Like the
millimeters,
Bossman
no
one
sound.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still in all, to have
Yeah, it
the
would've been-
footage,
it would've
and
been
you could
cool.
always lay
Right.
your songs
Yeah.
over performance footage. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that one thing with the Bossman. That's the only footage of them.
Right.
It's only
Yeah.
about 2 minutes, maybe.
Right.
And that was shot at the Wyagogo, I think. If I
Oh,
remember
that's where
correctly.
we started. Why go.
Yeah, you no doubt played that
Oh
as
yeah.
well, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Can't you see?
that was run by Fabian and Dyer.
Yep.
So
That's where we played.
See, in
That's why we played.
Saginaw, Wednesday night, when I was a teenager, went to the Elks dance.
Uh-huh.
Ken Clark was the DJ. They didn't have live bands. Thursday night, I'm sure it was somewhere, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Friday night, either Daniel's Den
Yep.
or Band Canyon. And
Yep, or the
Saturday,
Blue Light
Wild
Midland.
Go-Go.
Blue Light in Midland was nice too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Does-
that building is still there.
Yeah.
Although they sealed off the, that had like an upper deck, right?
Yeah.
That's gone. That's now like a gymnasium or something
Yeah.
like that. It's all been divvied up into little
Yeah.
small businesses, coffee
Oh,
shops,
yeah.
and so on. But yeah,
That acetate, going back to that, did you write the songs for that? Did you?
But which one?
The ones
Can't
that.
you see we did?
Well, I mean, the stuff that's unreleased that you said.
Yeah.
You wrote-
Me and-
that was your
me-
tunes?
No, it was me and Dick Brown.
No
So
doubt.
it might even just say Dick Brown because a lot of them were his.
That'd be
you know.
wild to find like who's
Yeah.
got the publishing on it.
Yeah, I
you know?
don't wonder where that is. I know I saw it, and it's,
Uh-huh.
and you played it at 33.
Yeah.
yeah, you were the co-writer on 3 of the songs
Yep,
that
that's
were
the way it's
released.
got to be.
So did you do the lyrics or the
yeah, I
music?
did the lyrics.
You were the lyricist.
Yeah, Dick
okay.
played the music, and I did the lyrics.
Right.
Yeah.
No, when you went to Amphicast, did you put out original music for that band?
Amphigas
Was all
we just did a CD in this Bobby's studio.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Bobby G's got a beautiful studio. Him and Marty Kemp used to be in
Oh,
partners.
oh
And he bought
Marty was
he
on our
bought Marty-
podcast.
Yeah, he bought Marty out, but he's out on the corner of Kochville
Yeah.
Center. Beautiful studio up above his
Yeah.
garage.
Now
I
you-
got EJ and the Echoes
Oh, yeah.
back in there.
Yeah. Oh, EJ Granda, yeah.
Sweet.
So is this a recent recording or is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, we just did. Why didn't I bring one of those?
Oh, I'd like to hear that. It's online. Can you hear it online?
It's all cover, but it's no,
Okay.
it's all cover. Is that no? It's not online. It's all. I'll get you one. It's all
Awesome.
cover,
Awesome.
and it's got a memorial to Dick Brown, the keyboard player who died of cancer
Oh, okay.
quite a few years ago.
When did you record that?
Huh?
When did you record that?
We worked on that a year in his studio. But it's all cover.
Last year?
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Coming out of COVID then.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah,
So you got something brand new.
yeah. But it's it's brand new, but it's cover.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's
Still.
Delphonics.
Bobby wrote the one.
Well, that's right. Bobby does. Bobby's got like 4 originals. He wants me to come back in the studio and do the vocal on them, but man, I don't know what it is. Just don't seem to have the time, and I don't know why. I don't do anything.
I remember that's when Amphigas or bands used
Yep.
to play 5 and 6 nights
Oh
a week.
yeah, and I was always fortunate to play. I always said this. I was always fortunate enough to play with musicians that were kind of mostly 85-90% on the same wavelength. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't have that dissension in the band. Every once in a while, somebody would say something you didn't like, and but for the most part, and I raised my family on the band.
Really
I
cool.
didn't work. I raised my family with Amphigas.
Wow.
We made real good money.
Did you put records out back then?
No,
No? Okay.
not with Amphigas. We didn't. No,
Okay.
we went into the studio a couple of times, and I don't know what happened to that. Bobby might know, but we went into a studio. I can't remember exactly what we did. Maybe Fred would know. I'll see him tomorrow. Yeah, I can't remember.
Huh.
How many days a week were you playing with Amphigas?
Amphigas could play minimum of 3 or 4 nights a week,
Yeah.
and we could play as many as 7 days.
And you were probably bringing
we were
down
doing-
way more money than most General Motor workers back in those days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because when I did work for General Motors, it was like, I think the night premium, second shift premium was like $8.60 an hour. Yeah. Oh yeah, with Amphigas. When we were at the Troy Hilton, we were the house band at the Troy Hilton, and we decided to go 3-piece. So then we were 3-piece because it was just getting too. After Craig left, we had Swivel. We had Swiv for a year, and the band just kicked ass. And Swiv, 1 year, Swiv said, "Nah, I gotta go." So after that, we had Craig Frost. We had.
Were you playing bass at that point?
Yep, I was playing bass. I started playing bass, Hidden Hollow, Amphigas, because we were playing 5 nights a week at Hidden Hollow, and I'm just standing there singing, and the stage is not big enough for me to do all that. Besides, I was getting kind of older. Doing all what I used to do in splits. No more of those. No more of that jumping off the stage into the splits anymore.
Wow.
So you're not going to demo any of
No,
that
no,
tonight?
no. I already told, they joke about it now. I said, Dave Tenney will joke about it. Are you going to jump off the stage? I said, if you see me jump off the stage into the splits, call MMR. And make sure they take me out on the board the same way they pick me up off the floor. Yep.
And that wraps up part 1 with Butch Burden from Counting the Colony, eventually Counting the Change, Amphigas, and many Michigan bands that have happened through the 60s all the way to now. Butch is still out playing live with Counting the Change, usually in the Tri-City area. Go check him out on Facebook and tune in 2 weeks to get part 2 from the crazy history from the Count himself, Counting the Colony, Mr. Butch Burden, here in the MMHP in the 989.
On behalf of our hosts, we would like to thank the Michigan Rock Legends Hall of Fame, our guests, and especially our listeners. The MMHP is found on the 989 network, as well as all familiar podcast hubs. Up-to-the-minute information, as well as Dr. J and Sir Fred's Michigan Music Songs of the Week, can be found on the MMHP's Facebook page, /MMHP989. You can connect with Scott at scottbakermusic.com, Dr. J at michiganrockandrolllegends.com, Sir Fred at fredrife.com, and Mr. Mike on YouTube as MRBTEE1.
And on behalf of Dr. J, Sir Fred, Mr. Mike, and myself, Scott Baker, we would like to thank Eddie Switek for being the